Larry Brown was the last Super Bowl MVP of the Cowboys. He was born at Miami. So, at the place that he was born at, on Christmas Eve, the Cowboys can get a landmark win over the Miami Dolphins at Miami. So, the Cowboys scheduled at the birthplace of Super Bowl 30 MVP Larry Brown. They can get a big win at Miami that either secures home field or a playoff berth through the division. December 24 adds up to 36. The Cowboys' 36th playoff berth. Prescott 35, Tom Brady 35. After 35 prior appearances, the Cowboys will win the Super Bowl. Larry Brown is number 24. Cowboys win the Super Bowl again the year 24. His two numbers, 24 and 34, add up to Super Bowl 58. Born in year 69, the Cowboys win their sixth title in their ninth appearance. He's born on the 30th day. He was MVP of Super Bowl 30. He won the MVP after a premature death of his son. He did win this landmark honor after the death of an infant born. Now, in the Super Bowl 30, he intercepted two passes. His first one, he returned 44 yards to the Pittsburgh 18-yard line. Their 18-yard line. And that's when he won Super Bowl MVP. The Cowboys' next title is going to be at Vegas against the Bills in the 54th season of the NFL. Vegas is 54-18. Bills is 54-18. He returned the ball to the 18-yard line. His next interception, he returned 33 yards to the Steelers' 6-yard line. 27 points were scored in this game. Cowboys, it goes 27 years without the title. The game was played on the 28th day of the month. The Cowboys are going to win their next championship 28 years later. As a matter of fact, Barry Switzer, the former coach of the Dallas Cowboys, he won the Super Bowl with Dallas in his 28th win overall as coach. 4 in the postseason, 24 in the regular season. So when the Cowboys win their next championship, it's going to happen 28 years later. So 27 years without winning the Super Bowl. The Cowboys are going to beat Buffalo in the Super Bowl. Buffalo is 27. It's going to be a rematch. Brown was MVP of Super Bowl 30. Larry Brown. Brown is DiMaggio 27. He was born at Miami. Miami 27. Cowboys can clinch home field or the division against Miami. That's certainly true. Now, Cowboys won the Super Bowl in 1996. The last Super Bowl MVP to be on the defensive side of the ball was Von Miller. And he wears number 58. Next time we see it happen, it can be Super Bowl 58. 8 years after Super Bowl 50, by 12 months, 96 months later, we can see this happen for the Cowboys' next title since the year 96. Now, as I talked about with Von Miller over a year ago, 23 months after being acquired by the Bills, he can lose the Super Bowl, the Texas native, against the Cowboys. He's still with the Bills, Super Bowl 50 MVP, 5 Super Bowl appearances, 0 rings for the Bills. And the Cowboys have a history of players winning Super Bowl MVP. Larry Brown, Harvey Martin, Randy White of the Cowboys, and the Super Bowl 5, it was Chuck Howley. So Cowboys have 4 defensive players that won Super Bowl MVP. And about Von Miller, it's Miller that's DiMaggio 69, 6 Super Bowls, 9 appearances for the Cowboys. Atlanta, where Stephon Gilmore won the Super Bowl with the Patriots. He's going to beat the Bills. 6 Super Bowl, 9th appearance for the Cowboys for Stephon Gilmore's next title. The amount of time from Larry Brown's birthday to the Super Bowl, so his birthday on November the 30th to the day of the Super Bowl, February the 11th. The amount of time from his birthday to the Super Bowl is 73 days. 73 is Gematria Paradise, Nevada. Paradise is Gematria 73. First defensive Super Bowl MVP since, since the Broncos beat Carolina. Carolina is Gematria 73. 27 years without winning the title. 28 years later, the Cowboys win the Super Bowl. Dallas, Texas is 28. The Diggs brothers, Stephon Diggs, Trevon Diggs. Diggs is 28. Ronald Jones, third Super Bowl. One with the Buccaneers, one with the Chiefs, another one with the Cowboys. Ronald Gematria 28. Good stuff. But Larry Brown is the main talking point right now. And notice how after he left the Cowboys, he joined the Oakland Raiders, who are the hosts of this year's Super Bowl. So after he left the Cowboys, he joined the Raiders. And then to the Cowboys again. So 74 days, end day included from his birthday to the Super Bowl. What we get is his name. Larry is 74. The Raiders are hosting the Super Bowl. Raiders is 74. Joshua Allen of the Bills. Joshua is 74. And Mahomes won the last Super Bowl. Mahomes is Gematria 74. Now, if it's 73 days, end day included 103 prior seasons, 10 weeks and 3 days from his birthday to February the 11th. The Cowboys win the Super Bowl for the first time since beating the Steelers. That's what the 10 months and 3 days is all about. It references the opponent after 103 prior NFL seasons. And I believe that, and I think another Cowboys quarterback is going to win Super Bowl MVP. I mean, you've got Stephon Gilmore against the Bills. You've got number 7. You've got Trevon Diggs. He can be the Super Bowl 58 MVP. I think it'll be another cornerback. Super Bowl 58 MVP. It's going to be a defensive player. I think it's going to be another cornerback. Corners, Gematria 73. 73 days from Larry Brown's birthday to the Super Bowl. Cornerback, Gematria 45. Buffalo Bills is Gematria 45. A cornerback won Super Bowl MVP with the Cowboys back then. The Cowboys is Gematria 45. Von Miller was the last to win Super Bowl MVP at the Bay Area against the Broncos. Against the Carolina. The Bay Area is Gematria the Cowboys' 5-3 Super Bowl record. The Bay Area is the Gematria of the Cowboys' NFC Championship game record. The Bay Area is 86-41. Cowboys' first home game against Rodgers and the Jets. Rodgers 86. Tempe, Arizona, where the Cowboys last won the Super Bowl. Las Vegas, appearing their next NFC Championship game, going to make it to the Super Bowl. 86 is also the Gematria Broncos. They had the last defensive Super Bowl MVP. We could see the next one in this Super Bowl. Remember, 27 years without winning the Super Bowl. It's also true that Santa Clara, where we've seen the last defensive player win Super Bowl MVP, is the Gematria of the Cowboys going 27 years without winning the Super Bowl. So Santa Clara, that's very important Gematria. City of Santa Clara is Jamachi of 168. Allegiant Stadium is Jamachi of 168 and 60. The Buffalo Bills is Jamachi of 60. The next Super Bowl MVP on the defensive side of the ball. Defense is Jamachi of 58. Super Bowl 58. Peyton Manning, number 18, the Jamachi of Vegas. Manning, 36 in the Cowboys, 36 postseason appearance. Good stuff. Good stuff. In 3 Super Bowl appearances, after winning with the Rams, Von Miller's going to win twice. Next title attempt, Arizona, winning with the Broncos and the Rams. He only wins 2 out of 3. Von Miller. And so, Cowboys against the Dolphins. Could be 9-7 against the Dolphins. Dolphins is Jamachi of 97 and 43. Dak Prescott's birthday to Christmas Eve, 21 weeks. It could be a division title, perhaps. Title Jamachi 21. Now, Dak Prescott's birthday to, well, let's do the beginning of the season on September the 10th to Christmas Eve. Beginning of the season for the Cowboys. 15 weeks later, they clinched the division. To be the next NFC winner since the Rams and Tampa, the 2 prior NFC winners. So that's the beginning of the season. Beginning of the season to Christmas Eve. Beginning of the season to the birthday of Brown. I already did 81 days is a Jamachi of Pittsburgh Steelers, where Larry Brown won Super Bowl MVP. The 81 days from the start of the season to Larry Brown's birthday. He's going to turn 54 years of age. 54 is the Gematria of Vegas. In Bills, his 54th birthday. And Dak Prescott's birthday, July the 29th to Larry Brown's birthday. The 18th week since his birthday, 4 months in a day, is the birthday of Larry Brown. Super Bowl is Jamachi 41. 4 divisional round games, 1 victory. First championship since ASU at the ASU Sun Devils. ASU Sun Devils is Jamachi of Dak Prescott's 166 career regular season touchdowns. Sun Devils, Jamachi 35 prior playoff berths for the Cowboys. They win again. And of course, Sun Devil Stadium, Jamachi of 93 and 58. Cowboys next title in Super Bowl 58. The Dallas Cowboys is Jamachi Super Bowl 58. The Dallas Cowboys, Jamachi 58. Sun Devil Stadium is the Jamachi of the host, the Las Vegas Raiders, 193, and the last NFC team to win the Super Bowl, Los Angeles Rams. Born in 69, a Mississippi State quarterback is going to win in his only Super Bowl appearance, Mississippi State 69. Attended Los Angeles, next Super Bowl for NFC since at Los Angeles. Larry Brown has 2 numbers adding up to 58. We've got some players winning their 3rd Super Bowls. Ronald Jones is one of them. Number 32 for the Cowboys. The Cowboys' 6th Super Bowl title. 6-3 in the Super Bowl, beating Buffalo. And See a Tempe by itself. Ronald Jones. Jones is Jamacha 63 and 18. See Mike McDaniel. Well, anyway, Mike McCarthy is going to be very important. He's born at Pittsburgh. Obviously, the Steelers. He's born year 63. 6-3 record in the Super Bowl for the Cowboys. His 60th birthday. Remember, the Buffalo Bills, Allegiant Stadium. Even 59 connects to Tempe. See of Tempe, it's not 59. Never mind. Tempe is Jamacha 59. Mike McCarthy is 59 years of age. The beginning of the season to Mike McCarthy's birthday, 2023. 61 days, 8 weeks and 5 days. 61 days is the Jamacha of the Las Vegas Raiders hosting the Super Bowl, right? Now, Mike McCarthy is November 10th birthday to, we can do the key day, Christmas Eve. 44 days, Cowboys can be champions of the NFC East. NFC East, Jamacha 23, Las Vegas 23. NFC East champions is 166. Dak Prescott's 166 career regular season touchdowns. NFC East title 44 days after Mike McCarthy's birthday. Miami, Florida, where the Cowboys can clinch a division. Miami, Florida, Jamacha 63 and 36. Neil O'Donnell, 28 completions. Cowboys win the Super Bowl 28 years later. When the Cowboys, from Texas, the 28th state, 666, 18 combined titles between 3 teams with 6 Super Bowls. Vegas 18, Bills 18. And this would be 28 combined appearances between the Patriots, the Steelers, and the Cowboys as the Cowboys win the Super Bowl 28 years later. And the Cowboys surpass the 49ers. They surpassed the 49ers at the Raiders Stadium. Hi. Cowboys 6-3 in the Super Bowl. Miami, Florida 63-36 in the Cowboys 36 playoff appearance. Joe Montana, Jamacha 36. 49ers quarterback. Jamacha 63. 49ers 64. Cowboys passed the 49ers in the Cowboys 64th season in existence. The amount of time from the Cowboys win on Christmas Eve to the day of the Super Bowl. Next defensive Super Bowl MVP. From, Christmas Eve. This gives us 49 days until the Super Bowl. 49ers, 49 days. Dallas, 49. Next NFC team since the Eagles. 49 days after beating Miami. 7 weeks later, Cowboys divisional streak ends at 7. 43 and 24. 79, the numbers add up to. 79 is Gematria champion. Same thing with Dak Prescott's birthday, July 29, adds up to the 36th playoff berth of 2023, 79. Defensive MVP, Tempe, Gematria 59. Could be for the next Super Bowl MVP since over at Santa Clara, California. Where the Panthers finished, 17-2. Levi's was the name of the site. Levi Stadium, Gematria 154. Denver Broncos, Gematria 154. It'd be 154 days from the start of the season to the day of the Super Bowl if we see a defensive MVP win the Super Bowl. So, which one is it? Probably Trevon Diggs, 7 weeks after they clinched the division, whatever, at the Dolphins. So September 20th to the day they clinched the division. Or just his birthday to Larry Brown's birthday. Let's start with that. So, his son died prematurely, 10 weeks. It'd be 71 days from September 20th, Diggs' birthday, to November 30th. Nothing stands out with 71, just right off the bat. Arizona State Sun Devils is Gematria of the Miami Dolphins. So, something special is going to happen for Dallas on that day of the season. Finns is Gematria Super Bowl 30. Gematria Cowboys. Now the Finns has Gematria of, Buffalo Bills, the Cowboys. So something special going to happen that day. Sun Devils is Gematria 125. The Sun Devil Stadium. The amount of time from Dak Prescott, his birthday, to November 30th is going to be 125 days, end day, 4 months, 2 days, playing on the 42nd day. His name is Dak Prescott. So, 36th playoff appearance, their 15th, let's see. It'll be their 15th season at AT&T Stadium. Tampa and, the Rams are the last two NFC winners. Number 15 won the Super Bowl last year. Jalen was the last quarterback to be in the Super Bowl in the NFC. Jalen Hurts. Jalen 15-42. Hurts is Gematria of 86. He won the, Cowboys 8-6. They'll be next to win the conference title game. So Trevon Diggs, the next Super Bowl MVP. Trevon Diggs, 140 and 59. Defensive MVP. Same match in Gematria, same match as Tempe. 7 weeks after Cowboys clinched the division against the Dolphins. Trevon Diggs. Trevon, Gematria of 94. The last Bills-Cowboys matchup in the year 94. Trevon, 31, Santa Clara, California. 31. Trevon Deshaun Diggs is Gematria 63. 6-3 in the Super Bowl against Buffalo. You know, some 141 days after his birthday. Trevon Diggs. What about the amount of time that he was drafted? He was picked number 51. He's going to win the Super Bowl, 5 months and a day after the beginning of the season on September the 10th. Against the New York Giants. That's 5 months and a day later. After the start of the season. Dakota Prescott is Dakota Prescott by itself is Gematria of 51. Dakota Prescott is Gematria of the 5 months and 1 day to the Super Bowl. Rams, last NFC winner. Tampa. That's what that 51 is about right there. See, he played at Alabama too. Alabama is Gematria of Dallas. He was born at Maryland. Gaithersburg, Maryland, 9-7 against the Dolphins. Gaithersburg is Gematria of Prescott being the under 35th pick. 6-3 in the Super Bowl by beating Buffalo. (2020) draft, 85th draft. The Miami Dolphins is 85. April 24th, 2 and 24 add up to 28. 28 years later, the Cowboys win the Super Bowl. You'll be winning the Super Bowl just over 198 weeks later. The ASU Sun Devils hosted Super Bowl 30. Just over 45 months later, he wins the Super Bowl. 3 years and 9 months, over 3 years and 9 months against the New York team for Dallas' first championship since at Arizona. Over 45 months later, we get the Cowboys, we get Buffalo Bills, Gematria 45. The defensive Super Bowl MVP, the first one since Larry Brown. And NFC East. How many playoff appearances since they won the Super Bowl? It'd be their 13th playoff appearance since they last won the Super Bowl. Lucky 13 for Dallas. LA, last Super Bowl winner. Trevon Diggs' NFL debut. He made his first interception on November the 1st against the Eagles. On November the 1st of 2020. To the time that he can win Super Bowl MVP. That would just be 39 months, like Arizona and New York, in 3 years and 3 months. That would just be the gematria of the Bills. Pick-6 in the Super Bowl. Pick-6, 27. Miami, where Brown was born at. A pick-6 after 27 years. The Cowboys picking Josh Allen off for 6. That's what I like Diggs to do, number 7. The Raiders, when they won their first home game in front of the fans, it was number 7, Zay Jones, with a game-winning touchdown in overtime. It was Zay Jones. And now Ronald Jones about to win 3 Super Bowls, and Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, about to be 6-3 in the Super Bowl. Now this was against Baltimore. And if 27 points were scored in that game, 27 years without winning the Super Bowl, 33, 60 total points. The Buffalo Bills, 33 points. The Bills, it was his 56th passing attempt. Derek Carr, the winner would be the win their first Super Bowl since at the city of Tempe is gematria 56. Play-by-play. Receiving first, Zay Jones. 46 yards, receiving. The Steelers is 46. Let's go to play-by-play. It's 6-0, 6 points in overtime. The Raiders' first win in front of the fans. A 31-yard pass from Derek Carr, 27 yards. Hey, number 7 can be the winner in the next Super Bowl. And number 7 can win defensive MVP.